One of the problems with using an iPad to configure a Synology NAS is that its touchscreen lacks the fine control needed to navigate around DiskStation Manager's web browser user interface. This can be particularly problematic if you need to highlight, copy and paste, or precisely position a flashing insertion point. So in this video, we're going to take a look at how you can install and configure a Bluetooth mouse so that it can be used with an Apple iPad. For this video, we will be using a Microsoft Sculpt Comfort Bluetooth mouse. So in order to connect our mouse to our iPad, we first need to switch it on and then place it into pair mode. As you can see, the pair button is recessed next to the power switch. So let's press and hold down the pair button until the flashing blue light starts to slowly blink. With our Bluetooth mouse now in pair mode, from our iPad, we need to locate and select Settings. From within Settings, we now need to choose Bluetooth. The Bluetooth panel will display any Bluetooth devices that we previously connected to our iPad along with their current status. Under the heading Other Devices, we should see displayed our Bluetooth mouse. If we select our Bluetooth mouse, the mouse will be added to the list of devices that are connected to our iPad. Let's return to the home screen for our iPad. If we wiggle our Bluetooth mouse, a circular cursor appears on our screen. The cursor, or as it's sometimes called, mouse pointer, will behave in a similar manner to that seen on a computer's desktop. However, if you do not move the mouse for a couple of seconds, by default the circular cursor will disappear from the screen until you once again move the mouse. Let's highlight an application in our dock. When we highlight an application icon, our cursor will disappear. However, so that we know an application has been highlighted, its icon will become more prominent than the other icons. By clicking our right mouse button, a quick menu will appear. However, if we hold down the left mouse button, we are shown a different menu. As both quick menus are contextual, they will display different functions depending on what has been selected by the mouse cursor. If we now open Safari, you can see that the click wheel on our mouse allows us to scroll up and down this page. However, the main benefit in using a mouse with an iPad is the level of fine control that you get. So to demonstrate, let's highlight part of the title to this post. Finally, let's take a look at the settings that we can change regarding the behavior of our Bluetooth mouse. If we return to Settings and then locate and select Accessibility, from within Accessibility, we have an option called Pointer Control. When we select Pointer Control, we're presented with 6 settings. Increase Contrast is a setting to make it easier to see our cursor as it moves over objects on our screen. The setting Automatically Hide Pointer will allow us to stop the cursor from disappearing when the mouse is inactive. Color is a setting that allows us to make our cursor more prominent and easier to see, while Stroke Size simply increases the thickness of the colored border around our cursor. Pointer Size allows us to adjust the size of our cursor, while Pointer Animations disable subtle visual clues such as application icons growing bigger when highlighted. Finally, in this panel, we have Scroll Speed, which allows us to adjust the speed our mouse can scroll up and down a page. If from the Settings sidebar, we once again select General, within the General tab, we have a setting called Trackpad and Mouse. If we select this option, we have 3 additional settings that we can change. Tracking Speed allows us to adjust the speed that our cursor can move around the screen. Natural Scrolling inverts the action that you make to scroll up and down a page. While natural scrolling is usually enabled by default, because I have trouble using this feature, I had to disable it before I started to record this video. Finally, we have Mouse Secondary Click, which allows us to choose which button our mouse can use to display quick menus or secondary menu pointer actions. So to summarize, in this video, we looked at how you can install and configure a Bluetooth mouse onto an Apple iPad. This in turn should make it easier to navigate around DiskStation Manager as we configure and manage our Synology NAS.